games. Have you got two of these?
I've got a white. So what would you say this is? This is like for all you pod listeners as well. Would you say this is black with beige overlay, or would you say it's beige with black overlay? What would you say? It's black, isn't it?
Predominantly black.
Yeah.
With inflections of beige.
Yeah. So I've got a cream one with inflections of black.
Really
black.
nice.
Black.
Is it mohair?
Fillet.
Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah.
I've got a few of these jumpers now.
Yeah.
These are the nuts. Like, look at it. You can tell it's quality, can't you? Jay Lindbergh, they look after me. It's golf wear. But this is the thing I love about that brand is you wear, like, you can wear it on golf course.
Yeah.
No problem. Nice big heavy pair of mohair trousers with pair of foot joys. Absolute creme de la creme look.
Yeah.
But you can also take your golf shoes off or wear some Nike pumps with it, with your trousers, similar to this look, and then just go up the road for a meeting or have a bar, restaurant, come and do a pod in your golf gear. I love that.
Crouchy was good last week, wasn't he?
See, I don't like saying my favourite guest because all the other guests go, oh, cheers, Jim.
Yeah.
But he's my favourite guest. I absolutely loved it. I can relate to him so much, Fenners.
Do you know what I love about Crouchy? He's like, even if he hadn't done what he's done in the game, if you met him like as a bloke, you'd be like, you want him to be, you want to be mates with him, wouldn't you? You want to hang out with him.
I'm a realist, Fenners. Like, does he want to get on the train from where he lives 8 o'clock in the morning? No. I know it's a grind sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? He's got his own life. He's got his own things. This ain't his baby. This is our baby. But he's like, he's a good lad to come and do that, and all of our guests to do that. But Crouchy's in the public eye, like for him to do that, just to push himself and to come and do it means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And us, it should do. Do you know what I mean? I love it.
It's brilliant. And if you haven't had a listen to it, get on it because it's some great stuff.
Do you know what? I watch a lot of Crouchy stuff, and I don't often see him like that. Harry was there talking about his football, talking about his jobs. I haven't seen a lot of Crouchy like that. Do you get what I mean? So it's quite nice for me. I'm going, this is a different Crouchy. Do you know?
Yeah.
Something that a lot of people haven't seen. So when it was going down that road, I was like, this would be lovely. Listen, our listeners are like that. Do you get what I mean?
No, it was brilliant. I tell you what, I don't think he was a massive fan of the Tommy Tuchel song, though. I'll be honest.
I don't think there's a lot of fans out there yet. But
well, it's going to build, I think. I think it's going to be a slow burner.
Really? Rob's nodding like it's going to be like number 5 on Top of the Pops. Like, what are you thinking here?
Well, apparently we've had some, it says very positive feedback so far here.
How does it go again?
I'm going to do this. By the magic of technology, it goes like this. Tonight the Super Tuchel lines are gonna find me shining like the sun, scoring goals for fun. England are number 1. It's good, isn't it?
That is so good. I'm warming to it. I just don't like it when we ask that guest to join. It's one of them.
So Dickensian producer Rob asked Peter if he wanted to do the
made me feel sick.
Do the backing vocals, and he said, got to get a train, and it was just a bit eggy
on
it.
Rob, like that's Crouchy, and you're asking him to sing a song he doesn't know, all on his own.
Yeah.
Like what?
You've crossed the
comes
line there,
into
Rob.
your head?
You crossed the line.
No, it's fine. You can cross that line, but what comes into your head, you absolute weirdo, that you ask him to do that, and he's going to go, yeah, give me the lyrics.
I'm thinking viral moment.
Yeah. Oh. So there you go. You're thinking all about you. Couldn't give a fuck about Crouch.
He's after clickbait, that lad.
Yeah, he is.
And I don't like that, not one bit. Anyway,
that's the difference.
Here's some feedback, Jim. Listener comments from Kyle Swinburne. He said, "Created something here." I mean,
that song.
Yeah. It's from Sam Tizzle. This is going to go off. Like that. Like as in what? Like sour milk. Paul Graham says banger. Ryan Bell says, actually bangs. Actually bangs, that's good. Ben Clement says, singing it around a private car plate. And 3 laughing emojis.
Oh, so he's actually singing it?
Yeah.
It is catchy. It is one of them where you do like...
Charlie Gibbons, better get it down on paper and be as loaded as Badil and Skinner. Steady on, Charlie.
Was there any that said, we've come out of all the good ones there, was there any that said, that's shocking?
I don't think...
Shut up, Rob. Really?
Right, Glenn Kelly has sent in some suggested lyrics.
Is that
Now, Glenn...
Matthew Kelly's brother.
No. Glenn Kelly has sent in some suggested lyrics. I've got lyrics. I don't know if you heard them. I've got them, Glenn. And I'm gonna read Glenn's lyrics out here, and you see if you can see what you think.
Go on.
He says, Super Tuchel, Saka's gonna find me running down the wing. Hear the England sing. Tuchel makes us number one. I mean, it was going so well, and then he just went, oh, let's just put in a line at the end that doesn't rhyme with wing or sing.
Did he just, what's he thinking there?
What are you thinking there, Glenn? You just rushed it, hadn't you, to get it in?
He just wants England to be number one, and that's...
You just rushed it to get it, get it into us so you can get it on the pod. I suggest you take that away, Glenn. Just rework it, do a little remix, get on to Paul Oakenfold, see if he can sort it out, and yeah.
See if you can rewind that little bit there. The T just flicked all up.
So
I don't know how it done it.
Rob's put here, how many footballers and musicians can we get involved? We want this to be like Band-Aid. I don't think we do, Rob. I don't think we do, if I'm honest with you. I think that's a bit thirsty, a bit beggy, a bit, ooh.
Rob's getting it.
It's like, I just think we came up with that. It was on spur of the moment. We're having a bit of fun with it, and having a bit of a laugh. And if it, hey, it's not ours anymore. We've put it out there. It belongs to the people. It belongs to the fans. It belongs to the FC Bullard viewership, listenership. So you lot do what you want with it. If somebody wants to take it on and and do
make
that
sure
with
we're
it,
in the raw.
yeah, just make sure we know. Are you in on it, Jim?
Do you know what? Have it all.
All right.
I'm not a believer of it. Have it all.
Send us your backing vocals, harmonies, etc. Again, you don't have to do that. Get involved on the socials.
FC Bullard at crowdnetwork.co.uk.
Anyway, this week on FC Bullard, we're going back in time to 2009.
Oh, I like this. It's therapy. Really nice. A bit of nostalgia.
We are back in 2009 when Jimmy Bullard ruled the Premier League. Why is November 2009 special, Jim?
Oh, yeah. I won Premier League Player of the Month.
Yes.
Yeah, boy. Oh, thank you.
Brilliant. You're on fire then, mate.
Do you know what? This come around last week. I was on the phone to James Madison. Lovely. I love James. Talk about golf life. Going to come in the summer. And I was saying, you're flying at a minute. I love watching him. Ever since we done, the drill, down at Norwich. Always remember when he was a young kid down there and he'd come on and the cameras are there. And usually they clam up a bit. I just thought he's made it. He'd come on and it's like, me and Curls was there, Curls used to do it with. And he's like, give me the ball then. And the left back come out. He come over with the left back and the left back didn't fancy it so much. And he's like whipping him in top corners, like still had that. And I'm not even put the cameras on. I'm going, Curls, you got to get this, mate. He's like, just wanted to be there and just enthusiastic for the game and love, exactly like I was. And he was just unbelievable. So since then, I've just always been a massive admirer. And look what he's gone on to do. One of our best players to wear an England jersey at this time. I think it's amazing to watch. And then he said, you weren't bad yourself, Jim. And I'm on the blower to him. So texting, and then all of a sudden a picture comes up. And I totally forgot that I've won that Player of the Month.
Yeah.
I totally forgot, honestly. And he sent me the picture through, and it was alongside the manager of the month, and it was Carlo Ancelotti.
Oh, brilliant!
So it was wicked photo. Yeah. Me and my old teeth in, got like scarf wrapped up, and I'm like, oh my god! And then he sent me through my Premier League stats alongside. I was like, where'd you get all this? He said, it's only Premier League website, Jim. I thought it was something special. But it's just amazing. I went back and I was like, and it said
You were at Hull?
I was at Hull. I hit a bit of form when I went there. Got injured. Then I hit a bit of form when I come back. And we were just talking. He said, you weren't bad, son, yourself and all that. It was really nice for me. Yeah. And I just remember the time and that was it. And we just reminisced and I was like, to win that Player of the Month is some achievement. Do you know what I mean? Amongst all them players. So it was really nice, man.
So November, where you were Player of the Month, Hull's results, you beat Stoke 2-1. You drew 3-3 with West Ham. What's it like playing against West Ham? When as
Always
a West Ham fan,
It's a good question. Always found it really weird.
did you?
Yeah. For a number of reasons. All my family is always there.
Yeah.
Tickets.
Right.
Like, before you know it, you're scrounging off the boys, and we even might have to plough in for a couple of quid for
Yeah.
because all my family like Canning Town, like East End, like it's literally 2 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
And even if they move to Essex,
How many tickets are we talking there? Like
you're talking your double figures.
10, yeah. Between 10 and 20.
Dozen.
Yeah.
Dad would really be like, he'd look after that section, Dad.
Right.
So he's like, don't drive him mad.
Yeah.
He'd always look after me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
He'd go,
yeah,
don't
yeah,
drive
yeah.
him, man. He needs to get his head on the game. So he'd like calm the family
Yeah,
down. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
But all my uncles and aunts would ask, and like, it was nice. It was lovely though.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Even Dad's closest, and your family would be everywhere in the
Yeah,
stadium.
yeah.
But as long as
Yeah.
they watched the game. But yeah, I used to just feel. So I feel, to answer your question, feel nerves off of them there a
Yeah.
little bit. A little right. I've got to perform. And then because it was my old club,
Mm.
and I never played,
No.
so I always wanted to
Perform.
look what you missed.
Yeah.
You had a chance. But do you know what? Never had a bad game at
No.
Upton Park. Always. But I remember one game I played, and it's a bit of a weird one. Because sometimes you come off of, especially if you're centre midfield and you ain't scored or you ain't set up a goal, but sometimes you can play, because that was one thing I knew all my career. I knew when I was at it.
Yeah.
I knew a good game and I knew a bad game. Sometimes you can play a good game and the rest don't recognise. Sometimes you play a bad game and the rest don't recognise. And that is the weird thing. But I was always honest with myself. But don't get me wrong, if you had a good game, you had a good game. But I played one game and I remember, mate, honestly, do you know what? It's even one of them games that, because I've got probably an handful of games that I go back and I think, I remember. And this was game, it was floodlight, under the lights at Upton Park, and I run the show.
Yeah.
I was like collecting it, going back into my back four, collecting it, just coming out, amazing. I was like, you know, when you're just confident, and I'm just going for it, and I'm like, no one get near me here.
Yeah.
I'm just popping a ball off. And it was just amazing. But I come off that game, no one really said anything about it. But to me, it just felt like, I belong here now.
Just feel like you're on the ball all the time.
At it. Like at it. Every pass come off. My touch was there. I was taking risks and it was all coming on. Amazing feeling. Like flow state of flow states. It's like, it's just everything.
Yeah.
Love talking about it. Love that feeling.
Yeah.
If you could bottle it up.
Yeah.
And I believe the best have it for longer.
Right.
That's what I believe. Whatever you do in life, I just think that flow state, they just hold it for longer and they can stay in it for longer. And I just had it that night, and it was one of my longest flow states. It was like 60 minutes worth of flow state.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my goodness. And you don't want the game to end, and little things can knock you out your flow state. Sorry to go on about it.
No.
Like if an injury is too long, your flow state can finish. The amount of times you have a great first half, you go in half time and you can't rekindle that flow state. It's a nightmare. You don't want the half to finish, and you don't want or even if it's a second half, or it's horrible when it does finish because you want it to last forever. And you try and, if it's a second half, you try and take it into your next game. It's not there. It's annoying, but it's such a good feeling. And that was one game where I had long flow state. It was like ridiculous. But what was the question?
No, you've answered it. It was about going back to West
Ham.
Ham.
I used to love it, mate, to be honest. Used to love it.
And you drew with City 1-1. That was the game.
Was it?
The game. And I know you've talked about this a lot. But you haven't talked about it a lot on this podcast about that.
No.
That celebration. So obviously we're talking about the Phil Brown kind of parody.
Yeah.
So who kicked off the idea?
It's a good year for me, that too. Was it 2009? It's a good year. See that? So the idea, obviously, Phil Brown. The story was Phil Brown. A year before, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
He kept them out at the City ground at half time. I think they were 3-4 down. He was getting drummed, and he kept all the players out, sat them down, gave them a talk to. Now a lot of the senior players, I don't name names, I won't do it, but they weren't happy.
No.
Do you get what I mean? It sort of held on afterwards. But Brownie dealt with it sweet, do you know what I mean? So I'm not hindering Brownie in this. Like, all the players love Brownie.
Yeah.
Great man. I love Brownie. Do you get what I mean? He was quality for me. So when I got there, they was a little bit like, I wished he didn't do that. But you get that, don't you, in life and football? But I think if you ask Brownie, he said, yeah, I'll do it again. I think if you ask Brownie, like, He might not, but I think he was like, no, I needed to have a night. That's what I stand by. So when he done that, a lot of the players, when I went there, it's like, oh, so we're going back there the next year. And now I'm in the squad. But the night before, he was having pre-match, he was having night before meal. Yeah, and
So it was just the day before.
it was the night before, Friday night. Always remember it, White City. And Paul McShane, Mad Irishman, was having a bite, and he went, oh, we've got to do that if we score.
Okay, so my question, sorry to butt in.
Go on.
So who out of you all then went, oh, that's a great idea? Who went, no, that's
I
a
can't
really
remember
bad
exactly.
idea.
Yeah, well, we'll round it. And he goes, we've got to rekindle that. Like, and I said, well, how are you going to do it? Who's going to act as the gaffer? And also, boys, I went, because I remember I said this, and a few others would have. I said, we're away at Man City, mate, if we're getting drum free.
Yeah.
I said, City, they still had Tevez. They were, don't get me wrong, they're not the team they are now, but they were still dangerous. And we're like, this could go down like a shit sandwich. Like, I'll be careful. I said, I'm not doing it for free, Dan. I said, I'm out.
Yeah.
A few others went, yeah, mate, you're right. Do you know what I mean? Well, if I ain't doing it, they wouldn't be doing it because I had the most bottle. Do you know what I mean?
And in a way, is it almost a bit easier because you hadn't been there to do it? So it was like you...
Not so much. Not so much. I
didn't
didn't
make it
even
harder.
come into it, really. Because the press was roughly talking about it. They're going to be showing images on Sky that night. It's the game.
Sorry. But in a weird way, it's like I'm thinking about that now, and it's like it's making me a bit anxious thinking about it. So you as a player, were you thinking, oh, God, I'm trying to get my head on my game and all that sort of stuff, and now there's this... Oh God! If I score, I'm going to do that. And like, are you like
dinner,
overthinking it?
No, because over dinner we went, who's going to act as Phil Brown? And then Paul McShane went, and I think it was Barnes or Ash went, well, the scorer, whoever scores acts as Brownie. I'm not thinking I'm scoring. Probably no other players thinking that. And to be fair, to answer your question, going into the game, didn't even think of the cello.
No.
I didn't even remember. They might have had a few murmurs, remember, if we score. But I'm thinking first half, I'm not doing it.
No.
Still get drunk.
Yeah.
I've been here before. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, so I go into the game. And also on that game, to add a little bit, I've got a couple of mates in the stand. So just about getting tickets. Phone Wayne Bridge up. I said, Bridgie, you need a couple of tickets. He said, yeah, I've got a box up. I look up. He was at City.
Yeah.
Bridgie looked up my two boys up there. They're absolutely lagging in the stadium. Mitchell, you know Mitchell,
Yeah.
Crawley, good boy. I'm warming up. He's like that, like killed, gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, they're having a good time. So I'm playing the game, but I want to put, like my mates, like, do you remember when Crouchy said, when you put your mates in, your closest, it just puts on that little bit more for you.
Yeah.
It means that bit more because it's your closest. And I think I see them after, I want to play, and they got Tevez. And I had a bit of flow state in that game.
Yeah.
I had 10, 15 minutes where I'm like at it. And I always remember I tried to I flicked it over Tevez's head. And I'm there, like, I'm at it, middle of the park, I dunk Tevez, see you later. But as I say, see you later, he turns around, just absolutely ragdolls me.
Right.
Ball in China shop, get off, like, does me. And I'm like, oh my God, he's not one to be messed with. Knock me out in the flow state, do you know what I mean? Quickly in flow state, but you can also quickly out. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, oh God, that's why he's that good.
Yeah.
But then penalty comes up. I think it's around the 70th minute. They're 1-0 up, and a penalty, boom. And I'm penalty taker. Boom. Put. Not 1 minute am I thinking cello. I'm not even. I'm just thinking Shay giving in goal.
Yeah.
And I think I changed my mind as I'm running up. I was going to side foot it and I just whip it power. And it goes semi-top bin, but he gets an hand to it. And I'm like, you can see in my celebration, because I hit it and I'm running off thinking, but I go, that, half meltdown. You know, when you go like that. Boom, it's in. I'm running straight towards, so it's a way end.
Yeah.
And our crowd are that half behind the goal. Full. We run up 1-0, 75th minute.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like... And I've gone, you can see me, totally don't care about this.
Yeah.
It's all about me, right? Off like that, you can see him grabbing me. Get down, sit down. Celebration. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Get down, do it all. And if you have a look, and this is what I love about it. Now, a lot of Man City season ticket holders would still have the same seat. There's a lot of face in the year
Right.
before in the same position.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? And you see all the City fans are all laughing.
Yeah.
As well as the Hull fans. Everyone loved it. So we're doing that. And I actually counted the other day, I think there's 8 boys sat down.
Right.
So
Who didn't?
I couldn't tell you, but everyone's come up.
Yeah.
Barkeeper.
Yeah.
Maybe lazy
Long way,
centre
innit?
half.
Yeah.
Probably Dawes. Lazy bastard. But it was just one of them cellos. Don't get me wrong. 1-1, 75th minute. I always remember this. And I'm looking over at Brad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. How long did it take you? So you go back and you're pulling your socks up and all that. How long did it take you to have a little look over and get that eye contact? And what was that initial eye contact like?
It ain't too dissimilar to the Duncan Ferguson.
Right.
When he's waiting in the tunnel. It's not too dissimilar. Yeah. Even though I wasn't scared as much, I wasn't shitting myself as much. But I'm going, I just don't score City. I just don't need it. As I've done the cellar, now I'm thinking, I don't want it. Why have I done that? Mm. But then I'm also thinking, we've done it as a team.
Yeah.
But I'm still the one orchestrating it. So I'm going, please hold out 1-1. Just do me a cheesy. Yeah. I just don't need this because we're bottomish of the league as well. We're fighting for our lives. So I'm looking over and I'm kind of like that, and a couple of boys are going, "Oh, Brandy's going to get you." No, I don't need you. Yeah. So I've gone safety last 15, just playing everything well
safe.
Non-flow state, the other end of flow
in the
state.
slots.
Just sitting in long sides, sitting centre midfielder, Kabaddi in. Like that. And got in, little ripple, run in. First thing I'm thinking, where's Brandy? Where's Gaffer? What you got to understand, so when we run in, it's a really long change room at City. I mean, really long. So you come in the door there, you got 60%. It might have changed now, but I remember 6% of change room that way and all the staff are that way. And it wasn't, for the result, it should have been more upbeat. So I'm going, he's on his iPad laptop, and I'm thinking, he's copped it here.
Right.
Like, the feeling weren't everything it should have been. But all the boys are. Yeah. We're like, boom, boom, and I'm like, I used to always do, and I do that in rooms now, and I try and clock the room, and I'm like, oh, wind your neck, and he could go. Yeah. Nothing worse, you go, and he can go, oh, you like me. Oh, no. So I've half copped it like that. But to be fair, he said a few words, not to a point where he was really upset. No. But just to know he's the governor, he sort of went, well done, boys. I like how you got together. That'd be the end of that, wouldn't it, Jim? And I'm like, yeah. And he's gone, cool, because now I've got to go and do press and all that. Yeah. But afterwards he said, put it to bed, so it's sweet. Do you know what I mean? But Brandy, like, he puts you on your toes. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. As Gaffer would do. So that's the only thing. We never done it to slaughter him. No. And Brandy said that as well. Brandy was cool. Do you know what I mean? And the press loved it, and everyone loved it. And afterwards, he was cool. Do you know what I mean? He even said in his interview, from a character like Jim, he was cool. Man. But I was always worried. Like, the last thing we wanted to do as a team, and me, was upset the manager and staff.
But the fact that you were back at City and that was when it happened and stuff. So it was. Yeah.
So that's that story in a nutshell. That's as much as I can give you. Brilliant though, absolutely brilliant. The amount. Do you know what? It's mad, isn't it? Like, from a celebration like that. When I'm out and about, I give you rough, like, stuff I've done in my life. Like, I'll be at a petrol station and they go, big dunk. Yeah. And they go, soccer AM. Football's always the winner. Yeah. The jungle. Yeah. Golf life. And the celebration. Yeah. Them things that have happened, that's quite a big shit. Like, I get that. What's that celebration you done? And the amount of times I've been shopping precinct or whatever, Kingston. Yeah. Kids have come up to me and just like, do the telling off, chuck me a phone, got to film it, I've got to tell the kids off. And it's like, what's happening? They love it. Because apparently it's still on computer games. You can get the cello on computer. Oh, really? On FIFA or a few years ago, I should be on royalties. But yeah, like you could get the cello on there. But yeah.
That's quality.
I just, or when it come out, you could get this. I don't know how long.
It's good that. I'm glad I asked you, because, you know, sometimes you ask you and you tell stories and you feel like you're telling it, but there's actually quite a lot in there that I didn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of meat behind. Well, there would be something like that, but you don't. That's the nice thing about this pod. How can you tell that on Soccer AM?
No, yeah.
Show's over.
Done, mate, yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice to. That actually, like, it's an actual thing, wasn't it? And it wasn't thought of on the day.
No.
There's a bit behind it. Do you know what I mean? This episode of FC Bullard is brought to you in partnership with Sky Bet.
Jim, it's already February, which means it's Heart Month.
That's right, Fenners. Sky Bet is ramping up its support for the British Heart Foundation. They are pledging £1,000 to every goal scored in the EFL in February.
178 fixtures, potentially a lot of goals.
Now that is a lot of dosh.
In the UK, there are over 30,000 out-of-hospital cardiac arrests every year, but currently less than 1 in 10 survive.
The pledge is part of the Every Minute Matters campaign.
Every minute of delay between a cardiac arrest and defibrillation reduces the chances of survival by up to 10%.
So what can we do to get involved?
Sky Bet are calling on fans of FC Bullard to step up and learn CPR today in just 15 minutes.
Search Reviver or follow the link in the podcast description.
Sky Bet for the fans, 18 plus, gambleaware.org. So how do you find out your player of the month?
Do you know what? It's not no big ceremony at all. Like, if you have a look at the pictures, they're usually at your training ground.
Yeah.
So they turn up your training ground, end of the month, whenever that award is, and then they just basically hand it to you with a photographer.
Right.
I suppose it comes from the FA or the Premier League.
Yeah.
And they come and they hand it to you. Usually they get you in some kind of tracksuit so they can know you're
yeah.
affiliated with that football club. If you have a look at mine, I've got the Old City trackie. The club might have made me put that on.
Does it enter your head prior to it, like, oh, I might be in with a shout player of the month there, or is it not something you think about as a player?
You know what? I can't even remember. I can't even remember winning that award, so I'm not going to remember that. Would you be shortlisted?
No, I don't think
no.
they do.
No, I don't. Fenners, I don't know, but I never did.
Tell you what, you're in good company though.
Go on. Yeah.
These are the players of the month from 2009. Yeah. August, Jermaine Defoe. September, Fernando Torres. October, Robin van Persie. November, Jimmy Bullard. December, Carlos Tevez. January, Wayne Rooney. February, Mark Schwarzer. March, Florent Malouda. And April, Gareth Bale.
That is like,
That's decent, isn't it?
when you read it out like that, it's some
team.
achievement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like some achievement. Yeah, man. They're like amazing.
And who won the league that year?
United?
Chelsea.
Was it Chelsea? Was it? Yeah.
Chelsea, United, Arsenal, Spurs, City, Villa, Liverpool 7th.
It's mad how football changes, isn't it?
Hull 19th.
Scraped up. Stayed up, didn't we?
You stay up.
Yeah.
What, did only one team go down then?
Did we go down?
You went down, mate. Just pretend you didn't, mate. Drogba top scorer 29, Rooney 26, Darren Bent 24, Tevez 23, Lampard 22. Wow. Managers of the month: Harry Redknapp, Sir Alex, Roy Hodgson, Carlo Ancelotti, Alex McLeish, David Moyes, Roy Hodgson again, David Moyes, Martin O'Neill. Good seasons for them as well.
That's when they got in Europe, Fulham, weren't it?
Yes.
Year after I left, got into Fulham, got into Europe. Massive year from. So yeah, it was really nice.
Do you get a trophy?
Yeah, it's little Barclays.
Still got it, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the picture as you've seen. But yeah, I've got it 100%.
Got to bring it in. Got to bring it in.
Do you know what?
Got to bring it in, mate. Yeah.
Have I bought anything in?
No, nout.
Have you bought anything?
No, I'm gone now, mate. Unfortunately, I wasn't Premier League Player of the Month. I got Scarborough scarf. Yeah,
I'm going to bring in that. We're going to have it for our set.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to bring it in. I'll find it.
We should do that. We should do like a memorabilia sort of day, like an episode where we just get like a load of stuff.
Do you know what? Let's do that.
Yeah.
Another nostalgia day. I love these nostalgia days. Sorry to bore the listeners and the
they
viewers,
love that.
but I'm sure some of you will like it. I'm going to bring in some of my kits, and I'm going to bring in my boots. I'm bringing some of my old bits that I got.
Yeah.
Really, I'm just thinking what I got that I'll surprise you. I got some nice
medals.
bits.
Some of your medals.
Yeah, I got some pucker bits, man.
Yeah.
So let's do that. That'd be a nice show. It's all about me then.
I'll bring my some of my medals in.
Yeah, what?
Most improved. Under 12s. Yeah, Clubman. Every year.
It's classic. Yeah. But weren't that it was lovely, like Premier League Player of the Month. Like, I only got that, I think. I don't think I got it again. But my memory, I said to you before, I've got a mental block on my career. Honestly, I forget a lot. But anyway, yeah, that's good. Nice.
If anyone else has got finds any bits on Bully.
Yeah, if you see any nice bits.
Any articles or things like that, send them in.
Yeah.
Get in touch with us.
Absolutely.
let's go back to 2009. Scooby. What was happening in 2009 in the UK, apart from the Bulldog being Player of the Month? Best-selling single,
Go on.
Poker Face by Lady Gaga.
Was it really?
Yeah,
Wow, I thought Poker Face was after that.
Yeah. God, is that 2009? That feels like a couple of years ago.
Didn't it? Yeah.
Best-selling album, I Dreamed a Dream by Susan Boyle.
I dreamed a dream. She was a legend when she come on, weren't she? How good was that?
Biggest films included Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Up and Slumdog Millionaire. What was Fenners doing?
Go on, what was you doing?
Question. Working on... Was I
you at
working
Soccer
at Sky then? Had I left and come back? I think I was doing either Take It Like a Fan
Yeah.
or might have been doing Fantasy Football Club with Merce.
What was that like with Merce? Good.
That was quality, yeah. It's like you in a lot of ways. It was very...
Yeah, but he look, this ain't me putting him down. Mercer's like, do you know, like footballer wise, and he's fine. Please don't come back to this and say no. You was like Merce was levels.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like
So
you sitting like you must have. See, I'd have been more going. Tell me
public.
about, when.
A lot of the public, like the younger people, I've no idea how good he was.
What do you mean?
They haven't.
But if they have,
they haven't.
They're
they
not
haven't.
footy fans, then, are they?
Well, no, but
I'm sorry. Look, very rare I slag fans off, but if you don't know what Mercer's about, like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, ridiculous.
well, you ain't a footy fan.
No, but I just think you're right. You know, we should be like, he's a brilliant pundit and he's brilliant personality. But
right, he said he's best player.
Yeah, I can imagine he would have said that. Yeah.
I think it was Dennis. I think Merce put him on Dennis's level.
I need to get him on here.
Mercer, do you know what? He got on one of my flick-ons the other day as I got on Crouchy.
Oh,
he
did
got
he?
on one of my flick-ons, so he owes me.
Any chance of a double flicker on to the play
I played him a little through ball for a kick the other day. He went, I'll have a piece of that.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to get Merce. Let's get Merce.
Yeah.
That's a great shout, by the way. We can ask him about Gillette Soccer Saturday. And is it Gillette Soccer Saturday?
Yeah.
I'm quite intrigued how that show works. That's changed a bit.
Yeah.
Let's get him on. Good guest. Great. In fact,
Magic Man, Chelsea fan.
Magic. Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Oh yeah, big Chelsea fan. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what? I look forward to that one. Yeah. And while we're on that, please message in who you want as a. I think it's good to get you involved. Message in who they
Yeah.
want.
Keep it,
our fans. Yeah.
Don't start getting like,
Someone that we got.
Don't start going Zizou.
We've got a chance.
But
do you know what
I mean,
how's our track down for Raquel, mate? Getting on. It's hard work, isn't it?
More or less dried up, but
More or less dried up. Is it? Because it started so well that we had all pictures.
all right.
Of him, and now
Look,
it's
we're
like,
just-
we don't even talk about it. And it's just like
we'll get him.
it gets to me.
We've got a lot of other
sometimes, 'cause he's
business.
looking at me over there.
We've got a lot of other business to sort out. You know, once we get going and I feel like we're not going yet. We're not properly up and running.
This machine. The actual FC Bullard. The club. Listen, this is just.
Yeah.
We've still got stabilisers on. Wait until we're two wheels. Listen,
Yeah.
shall I tell you who my new Riquelme is in the Premier League? Tonali.
Yeah. You like him, don't you?
I really like him. You Geordies must be like, who is he?
Yeah.
Where's he come out of? He is a proper player.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He's class, isn't
Yeah.
he? I just love watching. You know when sometimes you just like watching a player? He plays at his own pace, don't he? And it's hard to do that in the Premier League because Premier League it's one pace and it's 100 mile an hour, and it's like bang, bang, bang. But he's like really, really cool on the ball, and I love. Yeah, he even looks and holds himself a little bit like Riquelme. I love it. A player to watch, Tonali.
That was 2009. You got to do it as well. Story doing the rounds last week. One sec.
Nice cup of that one.
Really top notch that. Pep to Wigan, right? There's a story that Pep Guardiola, during his playing days, was rejected by a Premier League club, Wigan, because they had Jimmy Bullard. I'm quickly going to run through this. Before Pep Guardiola became one of the greatest managers in Premier League history, he could have been one of the league's most forgettable midfielders. The now legendary Manchester City boss has a similarly iconic career, playing for his beloved Barcelona for 11 years, alongside Ronaldo, Luis Figo and Romario. Reflecting on his 2005 departure from Qatar, which would be the final switch of his career, he revealed that the Premier League was his intended destination, with a surprise move to newly promoted side Wigan Athletic. At the time, Guardiola would have been directly competing for a spot with Jimmy Bullard, who played alongside Graham Kavanagh and Gary Teale in the centre midfield. Bullard, a now much-loved pundit. Oh, is that? Yeah, okay. Was midway through his career when he became a solid Premier League regular, meaning Guardiola wouldn't have had little chance of getting in the team. Yeah. Now, this is a true story, isn't it?
True to a point. That's bad journalism. This was epic. So I heard about this story before, a few years ago. I might have heard it while I was still playing. So what happened when this would have been epic? So the first part that's wrong about that, I believe Wigan were in for Pep.
Yeah.
Paul Jewell manager, Dave Whelan chairman. I believe Wigan were in for him, but it wasn't to take my spot. It would have been as a sitter, as a holder,
right?
Because Paul used to know how I played, and I was just off. I'd never sit and he knew that I could. You couldn't play with 2 8s with me. It was me and 100% City. You needed, otherwise you're bare ass. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. Even though we did sometimes, and that's where he would have played. So he wouldn't have took my spot. It'd have been me 8, him a 4.
Yeah, but how good would that have been for you?
Like filthy. And that's where Per Franson come in.
Right.
Per was the Pep.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. And the second part of that that's wrong. Gary Teale wasn't centre midfield, he was right winger.
Yeah, everyone knows that, don't they?
Well, he didn't. Yeah. Or she didn't, whoever wrote that. But Pep, imagine that if it actually, to get to the main moral of that story, that would have been epic, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But then would he ever achieve what he done in management? Sliding doors moment, right?
Yeah.
Or I could have been his assistant. Or I could have been the Pep.
Yeah.
Because I'd have learnt all off of him.
It's good, isn't it? I mean,
now he's like my manager idol. Like that, like he's the one.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? Our life, sort of.
So it's a bit of a clickbaity story, but from that we got the truth from the Bulldog about the actual story, which is good. Few listener messages, Jim. Got a few more.
So that is an actual story, which is good. Go on.
Yeah. Remember when Jim thought it was Joe Linton from Wall's End? Remember that, Jim?
Yeah, it was only a couple of weeks ago.
Well,
I forget.
So we were having a bit of a giggle about that, but you weren't the only one. Like, loads of people have been getting into it. Oh, actually, I thought,
I love this. Go on. So they thought his name was Joe Linton, like Mr. Linton.
Yeah. There's certainly more than one person.
I would have thought so. I couldn't,
But Travis the Monkey says, I had a girlfriend years back who thought Ray Liotta was called Ray the Otter.
Ray the Otter.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hell of a swimmer.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed that, Jim.
Yeah, nice, mate. Thank you.
Little trip down memory lane. We should do that more often.
Yeah. Hopefully they've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm sure they will have done. Bring some bits in.
Thinking of it. I'm gonna bring some bits. I've got some good bits.
I like that. We like that.
Yeah, nice.
If you want to get in touch with us on the socials,
I always get FC Bullard on all the socials and FC Bullard at crowdnetwork.co.uk.
Beautiful. That's good. I'm really, really pleased with that.
Yeah.
You've really improved on that. You've really got it down. Really nailed it.
That's a good one. I like reminiscing, nostalgia. I like that. Do you know what I mean?
Love that.
So thank you for doing that.
Hey, nostalgia. Not what it used to be, hey? See you next Tuesday.